We're going to make an artisan baguette, and this is a demonstration of how to make it. On the recipe you'll notice it requires a poolish, and this here is what a poolish is. So this is made up 24 hours before. It's a mixture of flour, yeast and water, and it's left to ferment overnight. You add this with the other ingredients into the mixer and mix it until a dough is formed. Okay, so once your dough is out of the mixer, it'll be a little bit sticky. What you need to do is you need to get one of these white tubs, spray it with some spray, this kind of trend wax, so it doesn't stick, and basically put your dough into there, leave it to ferment for an hour. Okay, for the artisan baguette, what we need to do is we need to prepare the tray ready for when, after we've moulded it out, we can then put it into this couche cloth. So these are couche cloths. They're a piece of material that the baguettes go in to prove. We need a tray, normal size bakery tray. We're going to roll out the couche cloth so that we have an end slightly overlapping the tray, and then we'll roll that out there. And then what you need to do is you need to get some semolina and basically sprinkle that over the couche cloth. Okay, so our baguette has been fermenting now for an hour. What we're going to do is we're going to put this onto the table, scale it off, and then we're going to process it. So what we'll need to do is a little bit of flour on the table, tip it upside down, and because we've greased it, it should fall out without anything in the kind of box. So it's really important that you grease it properly. And then what we're going to do then is we're just going to scale this off at 350 grams. So ideally what you want to do is try and keep this dough flat, and then we're going to kind of cut it out into strips and then scale it on some scales. Okay, now we've got an idea of how big it needs to be, we can kind of look at the rest of the dough now and decide how we're going to cut it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make these slightly thinner. And out of this amount of dough, you should have enough to make 3 baguettes. Okay, right, what we're going to do now then, so we're going to do the first mould, okay? So what we need to do is kind of this end here needs to come up and over and make a seal on it. So we've got to be really gentle with this because we've got some kind of fermentation in there with the air bubbles, and we need to make sure we keep that intact because we want our baguettes to be nice and open. So what we're going to do is just fold it over and then basically make a new seam on the other side, all the way along to the bottom. And then what we're going to do is, using this part of our hand here, we're going to seal it, okay? So just go down, just seal it. So I'm not hitting the whole baguette, just the seal that I've made, just to kind of make it nice and sealed up so it doesn't split open. And all I'm going to do now is roll it out gently, okay? So when you roll in the ends, just try and get them nice and pointy. And that's what we're going to do now is we're going to transfer that over to the couche cloth. So move it over there into the couche cloth. And now we can see this is in the couche cloth now. The baguette is there. Put it right up against the end of the tray. And then what we're going to do is raise this up so we kind of form a barrier. And then the next baguette will go in here. So I'll just show you again. Make the seam. Seal it. And then basically roll it out. nice and gentle. Another key thing here is to make sure they're all the same size. Transfer it over into the couch cloth. So now we can see we've got two, one there, the little barrier for the couch cloth, and then another baguette. Again, make a barrier, start again. So, make a seam, seal it, then basically we're going to roll it out nice and gently. Make sure those ends are nice and pointy, and then once again transfer it into the couch cloth. Now, once we've got to the point where we've made all of our artisan baguettes, we've got no more dough left over, what we need to do is we need to cover them over to stop them skinning. So this end, which you had overlapping the tray, that comes over the top there, and then this can go over as well to meet it. Okay? That'll be nice and safe now, it won't dry out. What we're going to do is put these underneath the table for about 45 minutes to an hour, and then once they're ready, we're going to bake them on the oven bottom. Right, so our baguettes are now approved. We'll just let you have a look at this so you can see how big they are now. So we've got 3 baguettes in there. What we've got to do is we've got to transfer these over to a tray. So what you need to do is you need to get a tray with a piece of silicone paper, sprinkle some semolina over the top. But the really important thing is that the tray has the open end at one side. This is important because when we put this in the oven, we're going to slip these baguettes off using this open end. So make sure it's an open-ended tray. Next thing you need is one of these wooden batons. This is what we're going to use to transfer these baguettes over to that tray there. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the baton between the couch cloth and the baguette, use the couch cloth to flip it over onto the baton, and then basically transfer it over onto the tray like that. So we do it again, on there, flip it over, transfer it over there, and obviously just be really gentle with this so that we don't knock any of the air out of it. Okay. Couch cloths, when we finish with these couch cloths, they need to be rolled up properly, so you need to roll them like that. So roll them up so they're ready for the next person to use. Don't fold the couch cloths because it damages them and it makes it harder for them to be used next time we make baguettes. So now we see that we've got the baguettes on the tray. What we're going to do is I'm just going to use this to kind of make sure they're straight and separated and even across the tray, so not too close to the edge. And we can just use that like that. So 3 baguettes to a tray. You can see they're all the same size, all the same shape. Now what we're going to do now is we're going to cut these baguettes. Now the key thing here is that it goes long along the baguette, so we're not cutting across the baguette, we're cutting at an angle and down. So I'll just demonstrate how we're going to do that. So you want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Okay. So we can see the cuts are down the baguette. They're not kind of horizontal, they're more vertical, and there's 4 to 5 cuts on each baguette. What we're going to do now is we're going to stick these in the oven, so we'll show you how to do that. What we need to do is, obviously the oven is set up as per your recipe instructions. What you do is the open end towards the oven, And then basically we're going to put the tray in and pull it out really fast so that the tray comes out but these baguettes stay inside, okay? There you go, perfect. Take the tray away, shut the door, press start, and that's then ready and baking.